Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire, and I want to talk about standing up for yourself is a full-time job. So, when it comes to standing up for yourself, that is a full-time job. It's because you might have to stand up for yourself against fake friends. You might have to stand up for yourself against fake family. All these fake family members who don't even, what I'm saying? Some of them, they don't even love you for you. So you gotta stand up for yourself against so many things in this world. You might have to stand up for yourself against things that's happening at your job. You might gotta stand up for yourself against things that's happening in your school. So standing up for yourself is a full-time job. And also, you might gotta stand up for yourself against the devil, because the devil gonna be trying to put all this nonsense in your mind. He gonna try to tell you this, he gonna try to tell you that. And you're gonna have to stand up for yourself against the devil. You're gonna have to stand up for yourself against people. You're gonna have to stand up for yourself against religion. You're gonna have to stand up for yourself against religious people. So when you're standing up for yourself against all these different things, you realize that standing up for yourself is a full-time job. It's because God created you, you know what I'm saying? God gave you life. And we're not supposed to just let everybody just run all over us, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to let people just run over you and bully you and say this and say that. Because you got to understand something. Like, let's say the devil trying to tell you some negative things in your head, you're going to have to stand up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to speak up for yourself. You might have to check the devil. Like, when he start talking all that nonsense, you might have to stand up for yourself and check him and speak and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going for all that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going for all that. Like, you might just gotta rebuke him. You might have to, you might just have to just stand up for yourself. That's just with a lot of situations in life, because sometimes, family could be trying to get over, and you gotta stand up for yourself. Your partner could be trying to get over, and you gotta stand up for yourself and set boundaries. Your job could be trying to do some funny stuff. You gotta set boundaries and, stand up for yourself there. Like, when you really think about it, standing up for yourself is a full-time job. And you gotta just stand up for yourself in a smart way too. Because sometimes when people stand up for themselves, they could stand up for themselves in a way that would just escalate the situation, and then, things that's not supposed to happen. So sometimes you just gotta stand up for yourself, but in a smart way. Because think about it, there's sometimes where you will stand up for yourself, and then it will escalate the situation, and then it will turn into this big fight, and say you're trying to show that you're not a coward and this and that, and then you could end up in a bad situation. So sometimes you gotta stand up for yourself in a smart way, and then sometimes you just gotta stand up for yourself just straight up, period. Well, you just gotta know where to apply what, but standing up for yourself, in my opinion, and what I realized, it's a full-time job. I be having to stand up for myself against the devil, because the devil always coming like talking all this negative nonsense, and you gotta talk back to him. You gotta check him. You gotta put him in his place. When Satan come to you talking about, the devil could talk to you about, why are you still following God? Why are you loyal to God? God is not going to make a way for you. The devil could try to discourage you and lie to you and come with all these lies and come with all this negativity, trying to bully you. He could put all this nonsense in your head. He could put all this nonsense in your heart. And you got to speak out loud and check him, because, for example, like, the devil can't even hear the devil cannot hear your thoughts, The devil cannot hear your thoughts. And I learned that from Tiarios. But the devil cannot hear your thoughts, right? So you got to check him out loud. But you got to make sure that you're not checking them around people, because people gonna think you crazy. People be like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, but you gotta really like rebuke him and check him and put him in his place. Tell him that, you know what I'm saying? Just put him in his place. However you do that, that's up to you, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, when it comes to the devil, you can't let sit, you cannot let things sit. You can't just let the devil talk negative to you, talk negative to you, talk negative to you, but you ain't put him in his place. It's like, soon as he come with the nonsense, you gotta check him. Soon as he come with the nonsense, you gotta rebuke him. You can't just let that stuff sit and keep sitting and keep sitting. Sometimes you just gonna have to stand up for yourself right away. Like, when he show up with the nonsense, you stand up for yourself right away. You don't let it sit. You don't let it like, you don't let his voice and his nonsense marinate. No, you check him right away. When he knock on your door, you check him right away. And you stand up for yourself. And there's so many ways on how to stand up for yourself. You could stand up for yourself by how you speak. You could stand up for yourself through words. You could stand up for yourself through actions. You could stand up for yourself all types of ways. But like, standing up for yourself is a full-time job, man. Like, because I'm telling you, once you stop standing up for yourself, that's when your family gonna run over you. Like, or a lot of these family members, they don't even be real. So they gonna run over you. A lot of these fake friends gonna run over you. Your job gonna run over you. Society gonna run over you. Like, when you don't stand up for yourself, that's when everybody feel like, oh, it's okay to run over that person, man. It's okay. Man, you better speak up for yourself, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. You better speak up for yourself, because standing up for yourself, that is a full-time job, man. I'm trying to tell you. But yeah, we're going to have to keep standing up for ourselves every time, every single time, bro. Till forever. I'm talking about, you going to have to stand up for yourself all the way till you die, bro. Because there's always going to be Satan trying to say some nonsense. There's always going to be that person thinking they could just run over you and say anything, treat you any type of way. Your wife might try to run over you. Your husband might try to run over you. It be people like that's even close to you try to run over you. But you got to stand up for yourself, man. I'm trying to tell you, like, you're going to have to stand up for yourself almost till you leave this world, man. I'm trying to tell you. This junk is a full-time job. This is not no part-time job. Because people always going to try some stuff. People always going to say some stuff. Bullies is always going to exist. Demons is basically bullies, you know what I'm saying? The devil is basically a bully. And demons is also basically bullies. And like, some of you got family that's bullies. You know, there's bullies in your family. There's bullies in your close range. It could be fake friends. So you're going to have to stand up for yourself forever, bro. I'm trying to tell you. But that's basically all I wanted to say, man. Peace.